Moist Critical has taken his easily biggest L yet, and he's running away from it by leaving the internet. He's been under a lot of controversy recently, and it seems that he can't handle the heat. So we have to talk about his debate with Sneako first before we dive into his response today. So Charlie and Sneako got into a debate online, and they're both morons in this debate, to be honest. Sneako is an idiot and argues that children should be getting married under the age if they have consent, and this will lead to Charlie having this take.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Well, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So,
no.
But it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding.
Because there's
take the other party out of the equation. It's a personal
decision.
If I'm 16 and I personally want to marry this girl, she's beautiful. She's 21 years old. Her family wants to do it. My family wants to do it. You're saying I can't do that. We're both consenting. I'm ready to go. I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moy says that woman's a pedophile. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my penis off, I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe everyone has I believe everyone has the right to do with their body what they want to do.
Clearly here, Charlie is saying that as long as the parents consent and everyone consents, children should be able to change their genders and have all these gender surgeries. His take here is very clear. Like, that is what he believes. He seemed pretty firm in it. It's funny because Moist Critical is known for having pretty safe takes because, you know, he doesn't want controversy or drama. And because he's live with Sneako, he can't really hide behind the safe takes and was definitely flustered. So after this and realizing he's kind of been caught out here by Sneako, Charlie started panicking. This was what happened straight after the debate when he tries walking it back the first time.
You can get therapy, you can go through the process of making that decision. I thought that's what it was. I thought he was just speaking in hyperbole with the dick cutting off shit. I thought that's what we were talking about. And then if you decide that's the path you want to take, it is your body. You can do that. You can make that decision once you become of age to make a decision like that. I just don't understand how it got so muddled. Half of the fucking conversation was hyperbole, and apparently that one was literal. Or it's a very malicious attack on what I'm trying to say or misunderstanding. I don't know. I don't know. But I think I'm just going to call it there. All right. Take it easy. Have a good night. See ya.
Yeah, absolutely. That is not what you were saying, Charlie. He's going here and trying to convince his audience that Sneako was talking in hyperboles and like he was exaggerating. I thought, like, no, if you watch the original clip, it is pretty clear as day what your stance was. He's trying his hardest to walk this back without saying, guys, I just made a bad take because I don't know what my opinion on this really is, and I thought I was going with the right opinion. Turns out it wasn't. Instead of just throwing his hands up, he's like really panicking and ends the stream. And then yesterday, he walks it back even more and doubles down by saying this.
And now I give a perspective on something that immediately gets misconstrued. And I do recognize a lot of it's my fault. I assumed that Sneako was talking in hyperbole about a 9-year-old getting their dick cut off because I didn't have the assumption that anyone thought that is how transitioning works. There is, under no circumstances, any legality behind a kid saying, I want to change genders, and then immediately going in and getting their dick off. That doesn't happen. I thought he was just talking in hyperbole. Obviously, no one says that's good. That's not at all what I was fucking saying. I thought he was talking about the overall point of a child transitioning, which is years-long process. And you can't even get that fucking surgery legally until you are 18. Like, I didn't think that was a literal statement he was making. I did not, and I guess I should have assumed that he was being literal, and that's on me. But I'm sure you can point to like fringe examples of like some evil doctors performing it on like kids or something. I'm sure that happens. There's corruption and everything. But I wasn't under the assumption that's what we were talking about. There's no winning on anything. Sneeko gets away with saying 12 to 15-year-olds can marry adults. I don't think his chat looks anything like the YouTube chat here. He literally, multiple times, reaffirms that he believes 12 to 15-year-olds can legally, morally, and should marry adults. And there is no problems for him. But I said that I think it's okay for a child to transition, to learn about it. It's a process. You don't just go in and immediately get your dick off. That's not how it works. There's therapy. There's other professionals that get involved way years before any kind of surgery can even be an option. Because again, you have to be 18 for the surgery in the first place.
Again, using the hyperbole argument, which, you know, if people just watch the clip back, you can see how Charlie is very certain of his opinion originally. And once he started getting backlash for it, he just didn't know how to handle it. And let's not get it twisted, that debate, no one won. It was just two people making stupid arguments. But what we're talking about today is Charlie and that one specific section of the debate. So if you want to watch the whole thing, be my guest, but I'm not going to force you to watch that shit. And Charlie's also been getting in controversy recently with being in a Mr. Beast video. Like many people, like me, Logan Paul has been rightfully getting criticized, and Charlie's been no stranger to that.
Everybody hates Logan Paul. Is everyone around Logan just a fucking idiot?
No, criticizing him harshly. These are attacks on his character, him being a scammer, things that make you really dislike a person.
Everybody hates Logan.
Scamming people and refusing to pay back people and victims, yeah, it makes him a pretty shitty person. So when Charlie, the commentator himself, bumped into Logan Paul, well, this is how that transpired.
What's up, bro?
Hey, nice
How are you, dude? I like your videos, dude.
I appreciate
I know
it.
you've talked some shit, but
I'm always super happy that people don't take it personally, man.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
Thank God.
I understand I'm a and I appear to be a bro. Good to see you, bro.
And also, Prime's pretty fire.
Thanks,
I'm not
bro.
allowed to say it on camera.
I get it, bro. I get it, bro. Talk, bro.
Good luck today, right?
Yeah, likewise, bro. Likewise.
Oh, God. Yeah, I cringe watching that. I mean, the thing that makes this really bad is that he's like, by the way, bro, Prime's fire. I can't say that on camera, though. Like, I don't know what's more of a bitch move. Is you saying Prime's fire to Logan Paul? Because that's a blatant lie. Or admitting you can't say it on camera and can't be caught saying it. As if you're saying, yeah, my audience really wouldn't like that, so I can't be caught saying that. That's not popular. I don't want to say that. And then he talks about why he was nice to Logan and says this.
It's not.
But now let's get to that second part where Logan Paul's spiritual pressure sent me to the floor like it was right out of the Bleach anime, and I was just trembling in fear to confront him directly. So, this was filmed a month or so ago, a little over a month ago now. Since then, he is now apparently suing CoffeeZilla. Either Logan or someone on his team is suing CoffeeZilla, which is a massive fucking L. That is brain-dead activity for sure. But when this was filmed, that wasn't happening. What was happening was he was publicly trying to make amends with the victims of his CryptoZoo scam that he butt-fucked them all with. And as far as I know, he has been paying some people back, and at the time was still in the process of paying people back through whatever like program he set up for it. But there was none of this lawsuit going on. And one of the first things that he said was that he actually deserved all of the shit that he got for it, for all of the mistakes that he made. Ludwig was also there, someone else who was shit on Logan Paul, and Logan was saying something to a similar effect there as well, from what I recall. So at the time, he was in the process of trying to fix all the dog shit that he put innocent people through. And when I talked about this on stream and in the videos about CryptoZoo and what was going on with it with the updates, I had always said, as long as the victims are made whole again and they get their money back, that's a happy ending. But Logan is still a scumbag for ever doing it in the first place, which is something that he also said he deserved everything he got from doing that. So, I have always said as well that I never harbor hatred for someone who will actually change. There's nothing to gain with just holding a grudge forever. That's childish. If someone is actually willing to learn and grow from things, I'm more than willing to break bread with them.
Absolutely not, Charlie. You clearly haven't done your research on Logan, or what? Because Logan Paul is being sued by the CryptoZoo victims. He only offered a buyback option a year after he offered the buyback option with small print telling people who take the buyback that they are never allowed to sue him, and if they are suing him, they have to drop the lawsuit because this buyback wasn't genuine or honest. It was just smoke and mirrors to get less and less people to sue him or to get people to stop suing him, which is a complete disgrace considering he took their money. Now he's trying to make them jump through hoops to get it back. It doesn't seem like he always does the most research on things. I'm not expecting him to meet Logan Paul and start confronting him, but have a fucking backbone, man. Like, if you're talking shit on Logan Paul, you've done it so many times. The first minute you meet him, be like, yeah, Prime's fire, bro. You can't just not like people because they're scumbags and stick to that. I guess it's just the way I do it, but if I don't like someone, like a Logan Paul, for example, who's done loads of horrendous things, I just don't like them as a person, full stop. It's not just a YouTube thing. But that definitely made me cringe seeing Charlie do that, and his reasoning just was stupid because he's clearly lacking any research. But now, apparently, this has all got too much for Charlie. The Sneako thing probably being the main reason here. We have this coming out about Charlie and his podcast. It was on the Patreon announcing, hey everyone, effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet. We obviously wish him the best, for everyone to respect his decision and for all to know that the show will always be open for him to drop by and talk should he wish to return. The official podcast, Red Thread, and Criminally Stupid are not going anywhere in light of the announcement. So that's an announcement that Critical is leaving the internet indefinitely, and I don't think it's a coincidence that it comes just hot off the heels of this Sneako debate in which he just can't accept or take an L for, and just keeps doubling down and coming up with these stupid excuses. And if that's the reason why, that's a pretty bitch move, to be honest. Critical's had it easy. Everyone looks at him as this, like, commentary god. There's videos about him taking people down, when in reality, he just has massive numbers. But the minute you run into, like, one bit of controversy, you back down and want to leave the internet? I mean, come on, man. Are you that soft?
Prime's pretty fire.
I don't know why I just can't take the L on the Sneako thing. Go, look, guys, I made a bad take because I didn't know what to say. Like the video if you agree. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, fuck off.